turn the page and carry on. Leap of faith, falling out of fear, and now it seems so clear. I'm feeling so strong. And I feel
Get tested. Half of new HIV diagnoses are in the South, but we only represent 38% of the nation's population.
It's not just a city thing. 23% of the diagnoses are right here in suburban and rural areas.
Don't think you're at risk. The truth is, everyone should be tested for HIV and Hep C.
MAO offers free, fast, confidential testing. You can get tested at our Dothan, Montgomery, or Atmore offices.
You can even find us testing in the community. Get tested with MAO.
Hazte la prueba. MAO ofrece pruebas de VIH y Hep C gratuitas, rápidas y confidenciales en nuestras oficinas de Montgomery, Dothan, Atmore. Hazte la prueba hoy mismo.
Hey, Doug.
Hey, how are you?
We're doing a little okay here. We're actually trying to get Leslie's connection secure, and I think I'm far enough away from everybody now I can temporarily take my mask off.
Right.
But you know, it's very exciting that this will be our second virtual event. It's I don't know about you, but I'm actually excited that this is becoming like old hat for us. I do envy you though, because you're in air conditioning, aren't you?
Yes, I am. I have to make sure, if you give me 1 second, I'm going to make sure my phones all of a sudden decide to all go off at the same time with live.
Well, that's because you are such in high demand, Doug, particularly on Tread Red days. But I think that, you know, what we're trying to do right now, as is always the case, is to get our technology up and running and trying to make sure that our group is gathered for a truly dynamic kickoff. And I know that we were going to have Leslie start, and then we were going to segue to you. But
Again, just to keep our technology flowing, would you mind just starting?
Yeah. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Tread Red Dothan, October the 9th. Today is Friday. It's a good Friday. I know that the weather kind of looks gloomy, but it is holding off for us. Again, my name is Doug McLeod. I am the Tread Red Walk and Run Coordinator. This is our 7th annual Walk and Run Virtual. So make sure you tune in, tell some friends. I already have people texting me about t-shirts, which is really good. So we'll have to get some more made so we can get you some t-shirts. We are live in Dothan, kicking it off. Unfortunately, I am live doing it virtual as well, but I have a crew in Dothan. I had some other things to happen and go on, and I could not actually be there, but I will be doing another friends and groups on Monday. We will be doing live Facebook to walk with them on Monday. And they wanted to get their last thing in. But let me tell you about Tread Red real quick. Tread Red is a walk and run, and it's a community fun run, fun event, fundraising event for MAO, for HIV, Hep C, diabetes, PrEP. You can walk and run, and if you know the slogan that we always say, "For whom would you tread red for?" You can tread red for the Moms Project. You can tread red for PrEP. You can tread red for some friends that you know that have diabetes or education. It doesn't matter, and we want to make sure that even in the rural areas, we're covering 18,000 plus square miles in 28 counties. We have several satellite clinics, and we now have 3 main clinics, one in Montgomery, one in Dothan, and one in Atmore. And I want everyone to tune in, check out MAO Tread Red, get on live, tell your friends. We also have some other things coming up. I would like to thank some of our sponsors, especially we have some post-walk events to come up, and we're going to be doing those very safe. You can walk safe on your own. Everyone will be social distancing and making sure that they're safe, but we can still have a good time and help MAO raise some money for Tread Red. We want you to get involved. We cover a lot of people. We help a lot of people, and we like to thank a lot of our friends that are already involved in helping us raise money. So we're going to keep it going. We're going to have fun, and make sure you tune in live. And if Thomas is around, he can chime in. If you want to chime in for a minute, Thomas, so I can get some other things situated.
Sure.
I have a couple of text messages already, and I'm going to check on those really quick.
All righty, you do that. So we're getting ready here, as you can all see, and we're set. It's actually a bit overcast, but it's beautiful here in Dothan today. For those who actually don't know who I am Thomas Stevens. I am the Media Relations Specialist for Medical Advocacy and Outreach. And we want to make sure that each and every one of you actually has the virtual experience that we often get to do live. But this is something about us connecting, and we hope connecting even with more of you than we would have if you were with us in person. We're actually about to transition over to our additional MC for the day, who is working alongside Doug McLeod, but we actually have our other gentleman with us. His name is Leslie McIntyre, and I'm going to turn the feed over to him for some, I think, additional thank yous about our sponsors and an introduction to some of keynote speakers we have today. Are you there, Leslie?
I'm here. We want to welcome everybody out. We thank y'all for joining in and tuning in. We want to thank a few people, and we have with us Regions Bank by Shanae Femia, State Farm Insurance, Jessica Majors, Pharma, Delta Sigma Theta Sorority Alumni, Shazai Serious Italian Food, Southern Care, New Beacon Hospital. We have the City of Montgomery and Mayor Stephen Reed, Applied Synergy, LLC, T-shirt and more, Mike Jones, and all the supporters from the past. We thank y'all for supporting us. We thank y'all for donating and all y'all do for us for MAO. Okay. And although, yet sponsors or our thanks are still extended to the city of Dothan and the mayor, Mark Saliba, for the encouragement of MAO and its services for the resident of Dothan and the Wiregrass. We're going to have team remarks. Are we ready for team remarks? We're going to have team remarks for our very special CEO.
Hey, everybody. So first and foremost, I have to say, Leslie, that mask is rocking. That's really an incredible view. That was good. I'm glad. Also, Thomas, everybody's doing good social distancing. As a healthcare organization, we are most appreciative of all that. And I appreciate my folks for taking care to do that one. I'm sorry I can't be there today. I'm actually on a presentation to a national organization right after this. And while I'm very happy that we're getting all that recognition nationally, internationally, people are wanting to know more about medical advocacy and outreach and all the innovation we're doing, I would definitely like to be down there in Dothan because the Wiregrass region is one of my favorite, and I always love going down. So MAO is serving 28 counties at this point. We are actually covering 18,675 square miles. And to be honest, all those programs and the things we're doing and the great work we're doing are really due to the staff that we have. I'm so appreciative of everybody with MAO and certainly all our supporters, but our staffers who really are dedicated to the mission of this organization. So we wouldn't be able to make any progress and do the innovative work without them. But I also want to say to you that I'm appreciative of these kinds of grassroots fundraising efforts. Tread Red, which was reinvigorated in essence from our old walk that we used to do, and Doug and his crew began to rebrand it and pull in a different vibe, extend it to a greater level to all of the healthcare outcomes and issues that we're dealing with. And so Tread Red really has become a key to the grassroots building that MAO is doing to go out and to really serve the many underserved communities in our 28 counties. And so part of that, when we look at this, the move on this process has been to support our hubs. And it was referenced a little bit earlier by Doug with the 3 hub sites, Dothan, Atmore, and Montgomery. But then we have 11 satellite sites, and those 11 satellites are in some of the most rural parts of our state and some of the poorest parts of our state. And so because of that, everything in these kind of fundraising events educate people, but they also help support the great work that we're doing. We are growing continual. We anticipated adding on a couple of other satellite clinics in 2020, but because of COVID-19, that got a little bit delayed, but we're definitely going to have them on board in 2021. In addition, we'll be adding a 4th hub, and that hub will actually be a clinical hub site, and more information about that will be coming right after the first of the year as well. So before it's over, MAO's growth will carry us to 4 hubs and probably a total of 13 to 14 satellites during the year 2021. And I'm also very happy to talk about the fact that what we have right now is Tread Red moving under our consumer support division, our consumer services division. What we're really addressing at this point was a need for embracing the great work and the leadership that our Montgomery Lead Academy, that our support group, and our recipients in general who are becoming actively involved in guiding where our organization is going. And so the Consumer Services Division has really stepped up. They have come in, they are embracing Tread Red. And by them embracing it and by them becoming an integral part of it being a successful event, I'm also committing that money off of Tread Red to consumer initiated projects. And so this is an exciting time for the organization. It is a time when our recipient voices are getting stronger. We want them involved. We need them involved. And because of that, Tread Red is that great next step to having those kind of consumer and recipient initiated programs being able to come into play. So I will say to you all who are watching, this is, as we've took this 30 days of Tread Red, This is still an active period of time as we are raising funds for this project. And so I'm asking you to not only give of your money, but to reach out to your friends, to your family. Let them know, let them research what medical advocacy and outreach is doing. And when they do, they'll see this great work that's being done in Dothan and in Montgomery and in Atmore, but also in all 28 counties. And I almost guarantee you they're going to say, why didn't I know about this? And why haven't I already given more money to MAO? So thank you all so much. We're so appreciative of your money. We're so appreciative of your time and your prayers and your good thoughts, and continue to support medical advocacy and outreach. Thank you.
We want to thank you, Mike. We appreciate you for all you do for us at MEO Company. And we're going to have some words from our very own Dr. Dr. Marguerite Barbara Owens.
Ooh, you barely could get that out. Hey everybody. I'm gonna take this down because I'm socially distanced to make sure you can hear me. I am so excited to be at the first annual Dothan virtual walk. They've had walks before, but this is virtual. And I think that's important that we say that, because during all of this pandemic, MAO never closed their doors. We stood by everybody who needed us and did all that we needed to do. We made adjustments, just like we're making adjustments today. And that takes money, that takes support, that takes you supporting us. And so that's why we're here, to try to ask the Dothan community to support us. This clinic is run or headed by two excellent providers, nurse practitioner Janet and Dr. Christy Fitch Johnson, and they do a wonderful job, but they can't do it with all of the staff that MAO Dothan has, and all of MAO as a family. And so we thank all of them, but we need you. We need you to support us, because whether you know it or not, when he was listing all those statistics, you probably do know somebody with HIV. You probably do know somebody who's at risk for HIV, who may not even be telling you. And we are here to do the education, do the testing, doing the support, and so many other things. And so we thank you for joining us. We want you to continue to support us and bring somebody else along. So thank you, everybody. Let's have a great walk today. Thanks.
Woo-hoo. Thank you for Dr. Owens. We want to say thanks for Dr. Owens. She's one of our very special doctors back in Montgomery. And we have our wonderful nurse practitioner, Mrs. Janet Wright.
I'm going to do like Dr. Barbara Owens. I'm going to pull down so you can understand what I'm saying. It's very important to me for you to know that this area needs what MAO can provide, as far as this being a very rural area. We have 5 satellite clinics out of this office, and we reach areas of, call it backwoods areas, places that are down dirt roads, and people just cannot get in to see the person in Dothan. So we have those satellite clinics, and by telemedicine, we're able to see the patient. The nurse is there in person. I would be watching over a telemed unit. I'm still able to hear your heart sounds. I'm still able to hear your lung sounds. And even though it's virtual, it's real also. And we are able to reach areas that those people could not come this far. We service the Covington County area. We go that far over. But it's so much importance is that we are able to reach those who are living with HIV and AIDS and give them what they need. We are able to give them access not only to care, but the medication that they need. This is a comprehensive clinic, and we have social services. We're able to take care of the whole person. We have behavioral services, and it's really nice to be able to offer everything that the person needs. And people who are not living with HIV, they might be interested in PrEP, and we provide that in this clinic. We are the only clinic in this area that provides PrEP services. And so we just have so much to offer, and we love to be here. I say often, this is my 3rd year, and I know that God put me where He wanted me to be, because I love the people I work with and I love the clients that we service.
Thank you, Janet. Woo-hoo, thank you, Janet. Thank you so much. We thank them for all they do down here in Dothan. And if you need any services or you're looking for any services, we have great medical staff over here at MAO. Up next, we have one of the very best from our social department, Miss Jennifer Thompson. We're ready.
Hi, my name is Jennifer Thompson. I'm the Director of Support Services at Medical Advocacy and Outreach. In addition to medical care, MAO offers a variety of social services to people living with or affected by HIV. Along with managing a chronic health condition, people living with HIV often experience additional stress related to housing, transportation, nutrition, employment, and interpersonal relationships. These social and environmental factors greatly impact health and overall well-being. The Department of Support Services is dedicated to addressing these needs so people living with HIV can remain engaged in care and live their best, healthiest life. We are fortunate to receive donations from individuals and community organizations to fund special projects such as Angela's Closet, through which we are able to provide essential items like diapers and car seats to our pregnant women and new moms. Additionally, with support from the Merck Foundation, we have recently expanded our efforts to better serve women living with HIV throughout South Alabama. Events like Tread Red help raise awareness about HIV, hepatitis C, sexually transmitted infections, diabetes, and other chronic medical conditions that impact our rural communities. With your support, we can make a positive difference in the lives of those affected by HIV and work towards ending the HIV epidemic. So why do you tread red? Let us know by visiting our Facebook page at MAO of Alabama using the hashtag TreadRed.
Thank you, Jennifer, so much. Up next, we have Miss Elena Parker Merriweather, and she's the director of our behavior health.
Good morning. As stated, my name is Elena Merriweather, and I am absolutely excited and delighted to be here to represent our behavior health department at this Dothan Tread Red event, and just wanted to welcome everyone and thank everyone for their involvement and participation and support of MAO services and programs, and just wanted to express the importance of thinking more and engaging more with people that have different types of social and health related issues pertaining to substance and mental health as well as HIV. A couple of things that we do within the behavioral health department is provide services to individuals who are trying to cope with living with a diagnosis and connecting them with different resources in the community and providing substance abuse services as well as mental health services to help improve the overall quality of life. So when we think about treading red, what we think about is the importance of addressing the total person and giving people what they need to live a long, healthy quality of life. And within our behavioral health department, as well as all of the departments within MAO, we try to support our patients and clients to have everything they need so that they can continue to move forward and be healthy and happy. So once again, this is why we tread red, and we encourage you to join us at our tread red event as well. Thank you.
Thank you, Elena. We're so proud of our behavioral health department. We do also have behavioral health down here. Ms. Rose Blakely is part of that in the Dothan area. So if you need someone to talk to or you need some help, please come on down and see Ms. Rose. Next on the agenda, we have Ms. Niecy Dancy, Education Outreach Coordinator.
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Most of y'all already know me. I'm Niecy Dancy, and I work here in the Dothan office. I go out in the community and do education. So most people already know me from doing that in the community. But we want to invite people to support us for our Tread Red Walk. I'm a part of the education department here, and in the absence of our director, I just want to let everybody know that we offer HIV education. We offer training services to the public. We also offer free HIV testing. So if you are in need of any of that, please give us a call. Reach out to us via our website. And if y'all need us, just reach out to us. And thank y'all for the support that y'all have given us so far. Thank y'all.
Thank you, Nisi. And while we're waiting on to move on, I want to encourage everybody that's watching to ask yourself, what are you trading ready for? Now, me personally, I trade red for the people that still haven't found their voice. They still can not be able to speak or talk about HIV. I tread red for them. So what do you tread red for? We're going to stop to ask some of the people around.
Well, I do want to let everyone know that we're trying to reach a colleague of ours in one of our other site locations, but we are having some technical difficulties, and we would very much like to bring her in. We may have to be cooperative because, as Michael Murphy shared, MAO has multiple site locations, and one of them is actually in Atmore, Alabama. And for everyone's knowledge, again, I've stopped counting how many times the Gulf Coast line has been impacted significantly by storms and storm-related tragedy and disruption. And that includes an environment in Atmore where medical advocacy and outreach was so proud to open a new facility in its anniversary year in 2017. So we're hoping that within a few moments, we are going to be able to have Rhonda McCorvey, educational health coordinator and community health educator for that region. But for the moment, we're going to be patient and understand that she had to temporarily relocate her office yesterday afternoon. We are hoping she will be with us shortly. But for the moment, we want to get back to the activities on site, and I'm going to return this back to Leslie.
Okay, well, while we're waiting on her to log in, we're going to get ready to warm up. And our warm up would be from our very own Mr. John Owens. He's going to kill us, but we're going to be okay. It's a little warm out today, but we also going to be okay with that also.
I'm not a doctor, but I played one on TV one time. So we're going to try not to kill anybody. Just kind of a little warm up before the walk. I do kind of a little slope exercise, but these exercises, get in where you fit in it, as I tell my folks. If you're used to exercising, you kind of move it up a little bit or get a little bit faster. If not, just kind of just like I say, get in where you fit in. If you're not able to do the exercise, there are variations that you can do. One of the exercises we'll be doing is like skipping rope. But if you can't, just move your legs to the outside. Same thing with jumping jack and that deal. So we're going to try to go for about 5 minutes. I don't tell time very good, but I got a timer on my phone that's going to let you know when to stop. But don't listen to it, listen to me, okay?
Have mercy.
All right, all right. So first, we're just going to start with a little warm up with a walk. Here we go. Here we go. It is. I can't tell. 5, 6, 7, 8.
We're getting ready.
9, 10. Keep it going. Go. Go 10. Got 9, 8. Move
Look like they're tired already.
7, 6, 5, 4. 3.
3.
Got 2 and 1. Good, good. Now, all we're going to do is bring our knees up. Put your hands out in front. And we don't want them down here. We want to kind of get them up a little bit. Bring those knees up. Yeah. 1, 2. Bring those hands up. Come on. 3. Come on. 4. There we go. 5, 6, 7. 3 more. 8, 9, and 10. Good job. You got 9.
We need to have. There you go. There you go.
So definitely don't just be small front kick. Left, right, front kick. Starting with our left foot. You start your left and start with my right. Right? We're going to do it.
Tired already.
One, go. One. Two. Don't go up so high yet. 4, cheese that thing. 5, 6, 7, 8, got 9, and 10. Take it up. Go. 1. Right there. 2. Right there. Go. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Good job. 8. Right there. 9
And 10.
Good, good, good. So from there, we're just going to take a step out. Joe, if you come over a little bit, if you will come up. Good. Doc, you come up. Good, great. Come over a little bit for me. We want a couple more steps, Joe. Right there. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a step out. Squat, back, squat.
Oh, my.
Back, squat, back. Going 10 of them. Going 10, going 10. So you're going to your left, you're going to my right. Okay? In 3, 2, 1, go. Squat, right there. 2, right there. 3, just like that. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good job. Now I got to do 10 on the other side. They used to say back when I was young, you don't want to be here. Okay? So we're going 10 this way. 3, 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3.
They're doing a great job.
4, 5,
They told me to be still.
7, 8, 9, and 10. Good job.
Good job. Great. Great. They are almost ready.
I got 2 minutes. Great. So I want you to turn a little bit this way. Bring that foot back in your break. Reach over. Reach over. Good. Now we're going to bring that leg
Oh,
up
wow.
and bring those hands down.
I think he's a fitness instructor or something.
There you go. Ready? In 3. Got 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
There you go.
9.
Y'all looking good?
10. Let's turn.
Y'all looking real
Get
good.
all the legs. Ready? Everybody good? 3, 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4. First that. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. So let's slide now.
You got to feel the burn for tread red.
Slide now. Slide now. All right. 1 minute. 1 minute. We got this. All right. We're going to lock our fingers. The end at the waist. Going down. 1. Up. 2. Up. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Good. Arm up. Right arm up. Right arm up. Like you have a stop sign. We're going to bring that knee up. Touch. That's 10. Ready? In 3, 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Good. Let's go to the other side. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. Bring your arms out. Right on time. Look up. Come up. Down. Up. And down. Up. Down. One more. Up. Down. Good. Bring your arms down here. So take a deep breath down. Up.
Treading red.
One more time. Down. Up.
Treading red.
Come down halfway. Right there, right there.
Woo! They did a wonderful job. They are warmed all the way up.
That's your 5-minute warm up.
5-minute warm up, people.
And you call me doctor if you like.
That was a good warm up, Leslie. You did a good warm up. Next, we have coming up, we now have Rhonda ready. We have Rhonda McCorvey. She is MAO's community health educator in the Atmore Gulf region. And we like to say good morning to Rhonda. And when she is ready, she can start talking. There she is. Hey, Rhonda.
Hi, Doug. How you doing?
How are you?
All right. I just want to say I'm in the Atmore, Alabama clinic, and we are basically the center point of the Gulf Coast region. And it is so vital that we have MAO there because in our rural areas, we don't have enough treatment there for our HIV patients. And we, the education department, which is under Dr. Brescia Gordon, we need the education there. It is a vital part of MAO and for the Gulf Coast region because there is a lack of knowledge about HIV/AIDS there. Since I've been there, I've found out there is a lack of education in our school systems. I don't know. I think some of our small towns are not as open as they could be to receiving the education that the children need, especially our teenagers. They are not aware. They kind of look at it as a bad stigma. So, which I'm trying to do now is go into our school systems and talk to our teachers and children if they allow. Now, there is one school in Atmore that's very open. They have asked me to come and just really take over the health class because they lost a health teacher. And I told them I would be glad to do that. Now they're allowing me to come in and do a health fair, hopefully on next week if our weather permits, with hurricane season going on. But anyway, I've talked to people in the Evergreen area, which there is a lack of education there as well. And so hopefully I'm trying to get into our southern regions there to educate our people about HIV/AIDS and the medication that is available now, that I'm trying to let them know they can live and have a healthy lifestyle, that you can live with it now. And also about our testing, that they can get testing free, or if not, they can come into our clinic in Atmore and I can do it there confidential as well. So basically just trying to get our education out is so vital to MAO and to the Gulf Coast region. It is very needed now. Because I found that a lot of people did not know the MAO was there in Atmore, and I've had people to say, well, I thought HIV was gone, it's not there anymore. So I'm trying to get our education up and running in that Gulf Coast area. It is vital to the Gulf Coast region. And I just thank MAO for the support and our wonderful department, the education and training, and our wonderful Dr. Brescia Gordon, who heads that up. And so just thank you for MAO being in Atmore and our Gulf Coast region, where it's very vital now. It is. So thank you.
Get tested. Half of new HIV diagnoses are in the South, but we only represent 38% of the nation's population.
It's not just a city thing. 23% of the diagnoses are right here in suburban and rural areas.
Don't think you're at risk. The truth is, everyone should be tested for HIV and Hep C.
MAO offers free, fast, confidential testing. You can get tested at our Dothan, Montgomery, or Atmore offices.
You can even find us testing in the community. Get tested with MAO.
Hazte la prueba. MAO ofrece pruebas de VIH y Hep C gratuitas, rápidas y confidenciales en nuestras oficinas de Montgomery, Dothan, Atmore. Hazte la prueba hoy mismo.
Okay, we're back and we are getting ready to walk. Everybody ready to walk? Everybody ready to tread red? That's great. We are going to get ready to walk. Remember, what would you tread red for? And we are off to the races. We're going to stop and find us a little small something cool to drink.
Don't forget, little ice cold bottle of water is up front. He donated a case of water to the wall. So you got cold water up there.
We have cold water. And we thank you for the donation. We are treading red now, ladies and gentlemen. And if you are wherever you are, if you want to be a part of this, you can tread red wherever you are. You can walk around the neighborhood, or you can walk around in the yard, wherever you tread red for. We just want you to tread red. We got Joanne behind us. Joanne, what would you tread red for?
I tread red to make people smile.
Oh, all right. That's a good thing. A smile goes a long way, especially when you have things going on with you that you try to keep to yourself or you don't want anybody to know about. You know, you never know. A smile will make or change the whole day for someone. Let's go see who else is tread ready and why they're tread ready. So we got to go talk to people. We got to put this mask on. No, why are you tread ready? Elena, why do you tread red?
I tread red because it's important.
Huh? It's very important. It is very important. Dr. O, why do you tread red?
I tread red for the education of everybody who might be exposed, who thinks about they might be exposed, who knows somebody might be exposed. And in the South, that's everybody.
Ready, guys. Good answer.
John, why do you tread red?
My wife made me get up this morning and come out here. So in order to keep peace at the house, I got on up.
Okay.
Right.
You that's a good answer.
I'm a smart man.
Jenna, why do you tread red?
To end the epidemic.
Oh, that's wonderful. Amelia, Congressman, why do you tread red?
Hi, I tread red for the millennial and on behalf of my fellow social workers who are on the front lines every day, working on behalf of people living with HIV and AIDS, as well as other healthcare disparities.
That is wonderful. So you should ask yourself, why do you tread red? And why do you need to tread red? I feel like everybody needs to tread red because whether you know it or not, everybody knows somebody that's positive. And whether they want to tell you or not, we still need to make a conscious decision to advocate and be out for the people that can't tread red for themselves.
So I would tread red for quality, compassionate healthcare because I believe all people, regardless of their race, color, sex, gender, creed, deserve quality healthcare, but also from compassionate providers.
Well, we thank you for that. You see everybody quiet. John had them to warm up and they're a little hot and they overheated themselves. But we still gonna make them tread red anyway.
Yeah, going all the way around.
Mm-hmm.
Tread red in
Tread
the
red!
Woo-hoo! Like you trying to shout out, I feel like I can carry on now.
Even the kids are helping tread red. If the kids can do it, we can do it.
In the immortal words of Milton McGregor, you can be a winner too.
They even got a song for us. Hey, that's something.
Hey, y'all twins.
How are you? Beautiful children.
Hey.
See, I tread red. Wasn't that cute? You need to ask them to tread red too. I am treaded red. That's why I'm here.
Well, that is good. I am glad. I am tread reading back here in Montgomery, and I am also going to tread red again Monday with some friends. If you are around, and we are going to do a final tread red for the ones who missed Montgomery and Dothan, we were going to pick a spot. You just need to call us and talk to us and see if you already have a shirt. We can probably get you one. And we're going to travel with some friends that purchased shirts, but they could not do it today. They want to do it on Monday for the holiday, and we'll be hanging out. I will probably be watching them while they walk, or I'll be walking really slow. But we're going to be out there. But I do want to just chime in and talk about what we do at MAO. I am the manager of consumer support, and we work directly with the clients. And I want people to know that you can support Tread Red on various levels. We have a food bank. You can help with support group. So if you like to have your donations personally go directly to a particular service, you can designate that funding source to go to that, your donation. We have the Moms Project, and we just have a lot of things going on. You can donate to the education. We also have training for professionals, for medical professionals. If you would like to get some training and continuing education credits, we will have our health symposium coming up called Breaking Barriers Health Symposium. Look out for that 2021. I am always ahead of the game, so we are looking and preparing for 2021. And I will be looking for people to help with 2022, because that is when MAO celebrates 35 years. So I am starting already to look for a committee, a dedicated committee that will help us to accomplish our goal, to talk about and celebrate our 35 years of working hard work in the rural areas and all across the southern part of Alabama. You are now live streaming and watching what we do in Dothan, Alabama, and you have heard from several people who have talked from various parts. We have some of our staff workers in Selma. We have them working in various satellite clinics, and I do want to tell people about also we have partnerships. So we don't do it alone. We do have partnerships with other organizations. We do have friends at the Cancer Center. We do have other nonprofits, the Wellness Coalition. We have some in Birmingham, BAO. So we want to give a shout out to all of our partners locally and far away. So we do support each other, and we also want to talk about advocacy work as well. So in our division, we will do advocacy work. We take trips to Washington to talk to some of our leaders in the political arena, to make sure that they keep funding coming to Montgomery, Alabama, and to Alabama as a whole. So if you can, no donation is too small. Always remember, you can donate as many times as you want. But if you would like to participate in other events, we have various events coming up, dining with friends. If you would like to do an event to raise money for us, please give me a call, 334-8481-1602, or email me at dmcleod@mao.org. And I will see if I can get with Thomas, and we will switch over so maybe he can chime in, because we're going to be doing some things in Dothan as well in the future. Starting in 2021, we'll be doing some fundraising as well. And he can also talk about some of the partnerships we have in Dothan.
One of the things that MAO has done and will continue to do is to look outside of its own bubble. Many of the things, as Doug was mentioning about partnerships, is very real and very ingrained into the way MAO operates. Whereas we have our own areas of specialty, we align ourselves with those who share an ideology of quality healthcare and improving the overall quality of life in every community that we enter, we work in, and where our team members visit. And in the case of Dothan, we have an evolving network of partners, some of them by affiliation. We were very excited. She actually had to leave. She will be coming back, but Jackie Snell, who is the Southeastern HIV manager for the Alabama Department of Public Health in Houston County, she actually was with us at the start of our event today.
Right.
And, we often work with her and her colleagues within this region to make sure that our services complement each other, and not just from a side-by-side point of view, but we make sure that our open communication helps to transition people in a direction that gets them the strongest chance for good health, to have the supports they need. And there are other agencies in terms of private care providers throughout this area, doctors, nurse practitioners, who without their supports and their individualized specialty areas, we know that we would feel less confident than we do that collectively we're improving lives, and we continue to do so. Whereas we see the statistics for HIV and Hep C growing, that means that we will continue to expand our partnerships and our allies and our service providers. I know that for many, many, many years, and even more so now that our MAO Behavioral Health Division has expanded, that we have added partnerships and expanded partnerships with other organizations, for instance, SpectraCare, which is very well recognized in the surrounding regions for their efforts for mental health and substance addiction and misuse and guidance. And together we can make sure that individuals have early and timely assessments to identify their needs. And when they extend beyond the capacity of one agency or another, we know we can walk them through the door into a trusted, vetted ally that actually can guarantee they have the greatest chance for individual success. So one of the things, Doug had mentioned even about partnerships, a lot of them originally did start in our founding years in Montgomery, but that ideology we have taken to every community that we go into. And we are always welcoming new business partners, whether they be healthcare related or whether they be small businesses from different industries that share just a vision and a commitment for a stable, strong, healthy quality of life, that we can work with them. And there is always a way to work together for those objectives. Now, we're really excited when it comes to things like Tread Red, because it is the largest undertaking that we do, even in years when circumstances allowed us to do it live. In those years, we could have an average, as Doug knows, of 300 or 350 people walking or running. We feel this year that it is still happening, but those 300, 350 people are people like you, and you're doing it in your own community at a time and place of your choosing. And that is also an important point for us, because beyond the money that it does raise to continue these vital services, it gives an elevated chance for this message that is so important about ending stigma around a variety of health issues, particularly HIV, hepatitis C, and believe it or not, even diabetes, that people often find themselves where just public perception of what's happening with their health is actually preventing the people from getting into care. So we try to make sure that these messages are getting out. We find our allies in the community that will share the message, as well as provide support to continue that. Within the Dothan community, outside of and in addition to Tread Red, we also are approaching the fall, which means we're well into planning the annual Red Ball event, which is a fundraiser that's conducted exclusively in Dothan for resources and proceeds within Dothan. And that is often shepherded by Nisi Danzy, who you heard from earlier. But this year we are also already exploring how to transition that into more of a virtual experience, which I'm pretty sure that almost everyone can imagine It's always about creativity and
Right.
thinking outside the box. But we know, again, working with our community, anything is possible. So I
Right.
know that one of the things which I was so glad Doug mentioned before, and I think for many people, we don't realize the importance of advocacy. If we are here and we don't say anything, we're still not helping the people like us or our neighbors. So we all have to stay committed to keep that message going. And we actually have a recorded clip from our manager of advocacy and outreach that I would like to play for everybody.
Yeah, go ahead.
I tread red to end stigma and discrimination in Alabama so that everyone can have access to adequate medical care right at home in their community.
So that's another reason for people to tread red. That part of it is as I said, the money, but part of it is about the message. Is that we want everyone to be able to have access to affordable health care. And we really just need to understand that that takes a community commitment. And I'm going to turn it back to Doug just for a second.
Yeah, and I also wanted to mention that we do have a good partnership here in Montgomery, as well as other substance abuse and behavioral health organizations. I will give a shout out to COSA, the Council on Substance Abuse, located in Montgomery, as well as also reaching beyond that to talk about some of our Greek organizations that have been involved. Now, one of our own very own Dr. Marguerite Barber Owens is a member of Delta Sigma Theta, and she is a part of the alumni chapter as well. And they are big at supporting MAO as well as some other organizations. But we are looking and we want to partner with all of the Greek organizations. Especially we want to see the men get involved as well as the females. So I like to shout out to all of our Greek organizations to make sure that they continue to do our support for us, as well as get more of your members to be a part. And the Greek organizations are very important. They're very supportive, and they are very large in numbers. So they have a lot of weight, and they have a lot of people involved. We have educators, physicians, doctors that are involved. And I'd like to also thank Outside the Box with saying thank you to all of our physicians and other partners that partner to see our clients. So we like to thank a lot of our physicians and other specialties that have been partnering with MAO to provide services for our clients, from dental services, even though we have our own, but we also reach out to other dental services as well as other specialties, podiatrists, cardiologists, you name it, we are reaching out. And we like to thank all of our physicians and providers at MAO for making those things happen. And we're going to continue to do that with our other physicians in rural areas as well. One of the big things that our CEO, Michael Murphy, talks about is rural. And we are concentrating on making sure that even our physicians in rural areas, if you would like to get continued education for getting more information about HIV and serving people in the rural areas, we would love for you to join us and contact us about that. But we are going to reach out to more of our rural areas because they do need overall health care. But it would be fantastic to have a mobile unit. And if anyone out there that wants to donate for the mobile unit, to make sure that we can get a mobile unit on the road and travel in the rural areas to provide adequate health care to some of our clients and people who are not of our clients, we may be able to do that as well and refer them to the right people. So I want to make sure that you also remember about some of our awareness days that we celebrate and we bring awareness. And one is coming up in December. So December the 1st is World AIDS Day. So we want you to keep that on your calendar. And if you would like to do anything, of course, we're going to be practicing social distancing, but we can still be social and do some education programs either via Zoom or by computer, or we can do something very unique but safe in support and bring awareness for World AIDS Day that's coming up December the 1st. And again, I would like to just remind you that I am jumping ahead. I have to be ahead of the game and get people to be ready for 2021. And also 2022, we're celebrating our 35th year anniversary. That's 35 years. So if you would like to be on that committee and you're going to be dedicated to helping us celebrate and bring that knowledge to the community, what MAO has done for 35 years and will continue to do. And with that being said, I'm going to turn it over to Thomas, and maybe I think if we can get Dr. Owens to say something again, if she would like, and I know that we have another health educator, Karen is there, if she would say hello. And we have a project coming up, and it's going to be called Test and Treat. And I think that will be done this month in October. So we can give her to do a couple of shout outs, and we will later on get some other people to do a couple of shout outs, especially Nisi, one of our very own Nisi. She also has a business that helps us with donations and things of that nature. So we will get her to talk about that as well. Hey, Karen.
Well, hello, Doug. And I am glad to be here in the Wiregrass community with our virtual Tread Red. As stated, I am the health education coordinator in the Montgomery area, and we are preparing for our first annual test and treats. So we're going to have a drive-up testing week where people can come and drop by, get an HIV test, and they can grab a bag that'll be full of treats, and we'll have some mystery gifts in some of the bags, and I'm looking forward to it. I'm thinking about pulling out one of my old costumes. Hadn't decided which one, but we're going to be prepared, and I'm sure that Nisi is going to come up from the Wiregrass and assist us with that, and we'll probably have Rhonda come up one day, but it will be during the week of October the 26th. We'll have flyers out, and we're going to share information with our partners so that we can get as many people to come out. As most of you know, during COVID, HIV testing has been limited in so many areas. So we want to ramp it up. We don't want people to forget about getting their HIV test. So we'll be there. We're going to be ready with tests and treats. And that's TREATZ. We will be having tests and treats.
Right.
So
Test
look forward
and
to the
treat.
flyers and the advertisement. I might get Doug to put on a costume, and Leslie might put on a costume, and we're going to play some music, and we're just going to have a good time.
And I also want to point out, Karen mentioned education. We're going to have Karen helping us a lot with our consumer projects, and that leads me into one of our partners, Regions Bank. We go beyond not only health, but we're helping clients and helping the community as well as talking about financial health as well. So they're going to be helping our clients about how to budget, how to get your credit score higher, how to save money, just how to do some financial management and money management. And even if you have limited income, you can still get financial management and how to budget your money and how to increase your money and how to increase your credit score as well to help you in the future. And we also talk about life insurance as well, and making sure that you have a living will. So we do a lot at MAO to try to help our clients in the community to further and continue a healthy life. If Thomas is there, you're welcome. If Nisi is around, if you can find Nisi, so we can give her a shout out and she can tell us about fabulous
flawed pieces.
Flawed pieces. Thank you, Thomas. It was something. But Fabulous Flawed Pieces is located in Dothan, and when Nisi gets on, we can talk about that. She has a couple of pieces that she has done, and I had one right here on my table, and I probably misplaced it. But she has done some pieces for us for our kickoff to our Dining with Friends event at Itabena. So she is now on. Hey, Nisi. She is the owner and proprietor of Fabulous Flawed Pieces, and she's also our very own community coordinator, educator at MAO in Dothan.
Yes. Well, thank y'all for the spotlight right now. We are located at 415 South Alice Street, Suite number 3. And this is a great time for other small businesses to partner with MAO as well, to see what you can do in the community to help support our clients here, and as well as make donations, be a part of our events that we have coming up. So this is a great time for other businesses to partner with MAO. I don't just do it because I'm an employee here, but also outside of MAO. This is going to be something that I'm always going to be passionate about. So please support MAO in their efforts to, better the community. And thank y'all for the spotlight. We are at 415 South Alice Street, Suite number 3. And thank y'all.
You're welcome. So everyone can be fabulous with MAO just by going by Fabulous Flawed Pieces. I'm just trying to tell you. But I also want to switch over and talk about some of the services, because I have been at MAO for 16 years, and it has been a fantastic growth. But also that some of the services that we did not have, we are now excited that we have, and one of them is behavioral health. And I know if you can find Elena, if she is still around, I want her to tell you about it.
We're actually going to have Leslie kind of transfer over for her for a second.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Bring up, while she's getting in place, I did want to bring up, and when you were talking about the awareness days that are so important to us, Elena could speak so much more to it than I can. But we currently are in Mental Health Awareness Week, and it actually lasts through October 10th. And, this is so vital as we talk about a collective health picture. Mental health is so much more important. And it's only within the last year or so that we've started to see more and more people talk about it. And I think that's one of the things I really hope that Elena can help bring to life for us. So I think they're ready now, and there she is.
Hey, Elena.
Thank you, Doug, and thank you, Thomas. As Thomas stated, he highlighted one of the national health observances, which is mental health, but also October is nationally recognized as Substance Abuse Prevention Month. And I think all of us have heard on the news and just in the community about the opioid crisis in Alabama, but also just how the substance abuse epidemic has impacted a number of people in the community. And so, in conjunction with this Tread Red event, we want to take this opportunity to highlight the importance of substance abuse prevention, but also recognizing the importance of addressing people that have different types of mental health issues. And I think everyone at some point in life has been impacted by stress or anxiety, depression, just a multitude of different things as a result of just adjustment issues. And so within behavioral health, it is an opportunity to help people identify what they need to do to have good mental health. It includes knowing how to deal with different types of stressors, being able to recognize different types of triggers, and knowing what to do so that people know how to address and deal with the different situations that are impacting them so that it does not get worse than what it is. And so when we look at mental health, we don't focus as much on mental health because of the stigma associated with the terminology. We focus on behavioral health because as humans, and if we focus in the element of humanity, we all have exhibited behavioral issues at some point. Some of those behavioral issues might have been good, some of them might not have been as good, but we all want to look at what we can do to address our thinking patterns, adopt new thinking patterns so that we can experience and have good mental health, but also make healthy decisions for ourselves, for our families, our communities, our networks, people that we interact with on a daily basis, whether it's our patients and clients, but also our coworkers as well. So once again, we tread red for a number of different reasons. And within our behavioral health department at MAO, we tread red not for just HIV prevention, but collectively with substance abuse prevention as well as promoting good mental health. So we continue to
Right.
tread red.
Thank
Elena,
you, Elena.
Elena,
What I want to do say is also I wanted to do a real quick community shout out to all behavioral health counselors, licensed counselors, and behavioral health organizations. Shout out again to COSA, Council on Substance Abuse in Montgomery, as well as Thomas said, Spectra Care in Dothan, Alabama. But also, real quick, I want to do a shout out to all of my friends and family members that are watching. You all are texting and y'all are typing. You know I was going to get you, but I also want to say shout out to some good friends that are in the Greek organizations, like my good brother Orlando Mitchell, who is one of our city councilmen here in Montgomery. He is a part of the Omega Phi Psi fraternity, and shout outs again to our city of Montgomery and our mayor, who is also a member of a fraternity as well. So I want to make sure that our community leaders get involved. Some of our partners at Jackson Hospital, Baptist South, and various places. We don't want to forget about you. And some of our people that we've met at Flowers Hospital in Dothan as well. I have had a couple of people from Flowers Hospital to text me and message me that they have seen some of our clips. So we like to do a shout out to Flowers Hospital as well and say thank you.
And thank you so much for doing that, Doug. I think often, and that's why I mentioned earlier when we were talking about partnerships, that I think it's easy to overgeneralize about who we're partnering with. And I think, what you said, particularly to shout out to Flowers and the others, sometimes it's not, when we're giving credit, it's really not to just one person. When we're saying we have partners, we have institutional partners, which means there could be 50 to 60 sincere, dedicated individuals within their agency that all are our partners. So that I know is really coming up soon is the DEA Drug Take Back Day on October 24th. Is it, Elena?
That's correct. Yes.
Because as Elena could elaborate a little bit more, and I'm sure, Doug, you're fully aware of this as well. As part of our behavioral health effort, the last 2 years, particularly with a special grant and a special thank you out to Amerisource Bergen Foundation, they allowed us to pioneer a messaging campaign and an education campaign that really is trying to activate everyone in the community to be an ally, to get the opioid condition, the issues and related issues under control, and to empower people in the community to take back, to educate, and to inundate. Elena, could you talk a little bit about that?
Yes, absolutely. Take Back, Educate, Inundate is an initiative that we initiated at MAO a couple of years ago, just to spread more prevention information, but also to help our patients, our clients, as well as staff members to address the opioid crisis in Alabama. And with that Take Back, Educate initiative, we were able to purchase medication disposal bins to place in different locations throughout our different agency sites. And those medication disposal bins serve as an accessible venue for our patients and our clients and staff to dispose of unused and expired medications. And so when they're able to bring those medications in, it also gives a member of the behavioral health department an opportunity to engage in some education, some prevention education around how to safely dispose of their medications, either at one of the MAO office sites or within their home. And so with that Take Back, Educate, Inundate initiative, it is our project within MAO to spread the word about the importance of safe use of prescription medications. But in those educational encounters, it also gives us an opportunity to be able to initiate a discussion about substance misuse, whether it is with that individual directly or whether it is with a family member or a close friend, an associate, or just someone in their natural network. And what we've learned is just the importance of starting the conversation. Because when we start the conversation, it allows for an opportunity for us to be able to assist that individual with whatever substance use issues they might be having, but also giving them an avenue to learn that there are resources available for assistance and help. So when we look at our Take Back, Educate, Inundate initiative, we initially started it by launching it during the 2 annual prescription drug take back days. But with MAO, our Take Back, Educate, Inundate initiative is ongoing. It occurs all the time on a regular basis, and we promote that. And we're putting a lot of emphasis on that this month with our patients who are coming in for services because of the National Take Back observance that is scheduled on Saturday, October the 24th. So whether you are directly affiliated with MAO or if you're affiliated with another organization or you're just a general member of the community who is interested in doing what you can do personally to address the opioid crisis, what we want to encourage you to do is take all of your unused and expired medications and dispose of them properly with inside of the home, or you can contact MAO and we can assist you with understanding and knowing more about where you can go and what you can do to dispose of those different medications. So that's just a little bit about our Take Back, Educate, Inundate initiative, which is aimed at reducing opioid overdose and doing more as it relates to substance abuse prevention within our MAO community, with the hopes that it will continue to expand statewide as well. Thank you.
Before you walk away, one last thing, because I could listen to Elena and all day, but I don't want to miss this chance. I know that it was relatively new to the extent that a lot of the community probably doesn't even know, but MAO actually has started to do even more in terms of drug test services, or it will very soon, because one of the things beyond looking at opioids in forms of the pills and prescription medications is that there is still in this country an issue about substance misuse of all kinds and addiction and drug testing, which of course impacts individuals, it impacts employers, it impacts communities. And for MAO, in reflecting on so many co-issues that our clients deal with, we also have to be very serious about helping to address intravenous drug use and things in these communities, because it does expose people to HIV and hepatitis C and other blood-based illnesses. But I know I personally, I don't know enough to share with the public really about that, but could you just talk about the drug testing program?
Okay, so when we look at drug testing is a core service of substance abuse prevention, but most importantly, substance abuse treatment. So when individuals have been admitted into an inpatient or an outpatient program or a transitional program, one service that is frequently offered within certified substance abuse treatment centers is drug testing. And drug testing is a service that is available to encourage and promote accountability for the individual who is trying to maintain sobriety and also trying to stay clean. So one service that we have initiated and we started the process of putting in place is offering drug testing services to the community. So when we say offering drug testing services to the community, that means pretty much anyone that needs to come in for a drug test. We have the capacity at our new location site to actually provide drug testing and screen individuals for a number of different substances. Now, with that in mind, people sometimes get a little leery and a little bit concerned when it comes to drug testing, but it's something that's very important, especially when we look at the population of people that we work with and what we're trying to do to encourage people to be compliant with their medical appointments, but also with their medications, but also addressing and modifying their unhealthy behaviors that have the potential to negatively impact their health outcomes. So we are embarking upon the opportunity to engage in drug testing. And one reason I emphasize it from that perspective is because this is something that we started planning a year ago with the hopes of launching in January, of course, but COVID-19 happened, and so there have been some significant adjustments to how drug testing has actually been implemented statewide. There is a lot of research going on right now regarding how to offer or how to monitor individuals that need to be drug tested for compliance purposes and also accountability. So we are looking at that and how we can safely implement drug testing options within the individuals that we work with, and maintaining that social distancing and that safety, but also assisting people to be compliant and accountable as well through the process. So that's just a little bit about our drug testing program. And I know that both Thomas and or Doug will be sharing contact information with everyone regarding how they can contact MAO for whatever services needed. But if you're interested in learning more about drug testing services, please feel free to follow up with us, and we'll do what we can to assist you or get you information or refer you to a place that can give you more information.
Thank you, Elena. I do want to just mention, since you talked about behavioral health from a community standpoint, I want to go back to the community because as Tread Red, this is one of our largest fundraisers. It gives me the opportunity to bring attention to some things in the community. We don't want the community we are aware of stigma. Stigma plays a lot of how people respond to our services, but we don't want you to think that we are not one of those people that cannot be trusted. We do keep everything confidential. We are providing a service for you, and we do provide education. A lot of times stigma is really strong in communities when there is lack of education about certain things. So we want to make sure that we tell the community to call us about education, to find out about testing, find out how to get in care. If you know people who need to be in care, tell them, do not let stigma stop them from getting into care and getting the care that they need, and especially education. And even if you're not positive and you still need the education, education is important so you can educate other people in the community. And the reason why I brought that up is because it was a good segue because of behavioral health. I always call on Elena to make sure that I can relay stuff to the community the right way as it relates to sensitive information. And she has done that for many years before she came to MAO with me, and now she's with us at MAO, but we've worked together. And one of the good things is making sure that you can give information out the correct way and have the community to trust the services that you're providing. And I just wanted to make sure that we talk about that. And before we get over to bringing Leslie back, we will discuss as well as it relates to consumer support.
We have a couple education messages, so I'm glad that you actually did that. I know everybody got to hear from Dr. O earlier, but we actually had her sit down and give us her thoughts on the importance of education.
I Tread Red for the education. I think that we as a people will suffer if we don't know what's going on. And we have to support the education part so much. We're taking good care of folks, but we need everybody else to know that they're just people like me, like you, like anybody. And I want us to be an educated people so that we can go ahead and defeat HIV.
All right, Leslie, we're going to be with you in just a moment while you're getting kind of everybody re-energized again for a talkie walk. We have another education message we want to share with everyone.
Get educated. Get educated through MAO. MAO improves the health of South Alabama through education and information referrals. Our customized prevention education programs in schools, incarceration facilities, and other social settings help to reduce infections by empowering everyday people to know their risks as well as how to lower them. MAO is also an approved continuing education provider, offering web-based and in-person training sessions that help build human capacity while also earning contact hours required for licensure.
So not that I wanted to toot my own horn. Actually, a friend of mine, one of our other allies and colleagues at named Mark Moore, who works for Thrive in Huntsville, who is Thrive and MAO have a longstanding, partnership of kind of making sure that everybody's healthy. He graciously, did a lot of the editing for us for that video. And I was flattered. He just seemed to give preferential treatment to me. So that was not a vain moment. It literally was just an opportunity to say, we really do take what Doug said about education seriously at MAO, and to the extent that it involves every single one of us. But I think that, Leslie and his walking crew are trying to keep their breath while they're getting ready to talk again. So Leslie, how's it going out there?
We're going. We're still treading red out here. If it doesn't look like we are red, and we are treading, and I want to put a small plug in for everybody that's already existing patient for MAO and Dothan and Montgomery. We do have people in place as far as myself, as far as support groups or anything like that. We do virtual support groups sometimes twice a month, maybe once a month. Sometimes twice, but we want to know if you want to be a part of it and you want to be affiliated with it, please give us a call. Anybody can get you contact with me, but if you do not, my number is 334-318-3235. That's 334-318-3235. My support groups are totally confidential, and we want to respect everybody. So if you want to be a part of it, please do, and please come out. If you need somebody to talk to, by all means, please become a part of it. It's a great place for you to be, where you can meet peers and be a part of something that will be able to help you and get education. And we're going to get Amelia
Leslie,
right here. Yes.
You may have mentioned it, and I do apologize because I was actually writing down something that you shared. But the support groups are virtual, or we have virtual support groups now too. So
virtual.
I think for some that may be less familiar, at this point it started almost a decade ago, but MAO really started to look for ways to be more accessible in the most rural areas of South Alabama. And with that commitment and over the course of the last decade, we became the pioneers of telemedicine technology use within Alabama. And what we've learned and how we grew with that technology has actually given way beyond just what our doctors and our nurses can do medically, but for individuals like you and members of our behavioral health team. And I just wanted to point that out when people think, well, how do I do that? We have these concerns about COVID right now. Well, our clients, our patients are able to come together. Yes, when their appointments, they can connect with a provider and talk to someone live, but they have this convenience of technology to be able to participate from the location of their choosing that's comfortable to them. So I just wanted to kind of clarify to everybody that the support groups, just because you can't get there transportation wise may not necessarily mean you can't participate. That group can be there for you.
Right. And I want to reiterate, the agreement of confidentiality is strictly enforced. For those of you that do not feel comfortable, the agreement of confidentiality is extremely enforced.
Yeah, and for those less familiar with using telehealth or telemedicine technology, the system that MAO uses is actually encrypted at a government level. So when we say basically it's the direct connection between the individual and our team, that system is so heavily encrypted, it literally is protecting their individual perspective, locations, and rights to the fullest degree. And I appreciate so much that Doug said it before, Leslie said it now, that we are there for you. And at the same time, we take protecting you so sincere, so deeply, that it's even one of the first checklist items for our technology use.
And don't let the virtual part deter you. We have people that are trying to get you on, that give you step-by-step instructions on how to get on onto the support group. So don't let that deter you from getting on and getting you some help and support.
Did I hear correctly? Someone told me that our good friend Jackie was able to rejoin you from the Alabama Department of Public Health. Is that true?
Yes, she is behind you.
Oh, she is behind me?
Yes.
There she is. Oh, so good. So I'm just going to say, I know you wanted to have, I think you were going to have Amelia speak. Was
Yeah.
that,
I'm going to have Amelia come in and let y'all know about the social services department.
So if right after she speaks, you know, I'm going to basically invite Jackie, being that she's behind me, to come on camera just to kind of share a little bit. Again, she's one of our partners in this community, but you take it away, you and Amelia.
Again, this is Amelia Purifoy, and she is part of our social service department, and she is one of our wonderful, wonderful, wonderful social workers. And here she is.
Good morning, everybody. Happy Friday. Happy Friday. So again, my name is Amelia, and I am one of the social workers at Medical Advocacy and Outreach. And I just want to come on briefly to explain some of the services that the social workers provide. So most of the work that we do are for our uninsured clients because they do need the most support. So we do things like enrolling them for health insurance coverage, as well as things like ADAP, which stands for the Age Drug Assistance Program. And that is an assistance that provides access to meds, because for those who don't know, HIV meds are very, very expensive. They can range from $1,500 to $4,000 just for a 1 month supply. So the role that we play is making sure our patients have access to all of their meds despite their ability to pay for it. Also, we provide things like food pantry assistance, transportation, and just making sure that our patients' barriers to care are greatly reduced. We also complete 6-month assessments and their annual case plan just to ensure that we discuss their mental health, substance abuse, drug abuse, their support system, and things of that sort. So we do a lot of work. It varies, and we just make sure, and our overall goal is to make sure that our clients do not have any barriers to care. And I've been with MAO for over 5 years now, and I really love my job, and I'm just so grateful and blessed to be a part of such an exceptional team. So shout out to the MAO social workers and everyone who provides adequate care for our patients. Thank you so much, and happy Friday.
Thank you, Amelia, for all you do for MAO. And we're going to turn it back over to Thomas for our very special person.
Well, actually, I have Karen here, and Karen's also going to help so that we can allow our good friend Jackie Snell from the Alabama Department of Public Health and the Houston County Health Department. Jackie is this Southeast District Manager. This is such a wonderful opportunity, and we're so thankful that she could join us in this kind of muggy, humid heat. So we certainly did not want her to walk away without being able to talk and say a few words. So Jackie?
Hello. My name is Jackie Snell with Alabama Department of Public Health. I'm the HIV District Manager here in the southeastern part. I'm one of the partners with MAO, and I am loving it. This is my 4th year, and it's been great working with them. I pretty much link new diagnosed HIV clients to services, and MAO is the place. I have a lot of good feedback from the clients that I see when I link them to services here at MAO. They always tell me how great you guys are. Keep doing a good job. Keep doing a good job. Enjoy the rest of your day, everybody.
We just want to thank Miss Jackie. And although I don't work with her all the time, whenever I do see her, she is so helpful. She always has a smile on her face. So we're just grateful for you. And like I say, even though I'm in the Montgomery area, if I do need her, I need to call on her, I know she is available. So thanks again. Y'all just give Miss Jackie a big shout out. Woo-hoo! All right. We'll turn it back over to Thomas and Leslie.
We thank y'all. We really appreciate everybody for everything they do. It's always a collaborative effort for us to make and get these people what they need and get the patients what they need. It's always a collaborative effort, and we need as much help as we probably we can to make sure everybody is taken care of.
And I did bring Doug back in with us too. I think, that's something that, everything you said is absolutely sincere. I know that Doug, he reiterates the same sentiment.
Yeah. If you know anything about me, I'm always doing creative things, whether it's an event, I'm going to make it fun, but you're going to also have education. Like Tread Red is a fun event. You can exercise, you can see some of your friends. Right now we're doing it virtual because of COVID-19, but you can still exercise, social distance, and support what we're doing. And because I wanted to chime in when Amelia talked about social services, I do want to remind people that Medicare open enrollment begins October the 15th and it ends December the 7th in all states. So that is just something that we can pass along. We are going to be passing information out to clients. Consumer support, while Leslie is on here, is that our job is not to have a division, but to actually help more with all the other services that are needed. And a lot of times, a lot of services that we have in departments may not always have always have a chance to get all of the clients.
Mm-hmm.
And so we're working on making sure that the clients can be contacted, get the information that they need, because when social workers and physicians and doctors are seeing clients, they may not have time to do some of the social stuff. And they may not have time to do some of the extra information or pass out information to clients, very important information that they may need. And even on a personal level, we can capture that information. And that's what we've been doing, is talking with clients, because we have the time to listen to some of the other needs, and we pass that along to the social workers. And we try to make sure that even the information that they need, we want them to know exactly what they need to know, the steps they need to take to walk through the process of MAO and get exactly what they need. And we want to make sure that they do that and be responsible doing that. And so we want to make sure that we are making the clients strong and becoming advocates for themselves, health-wise, so that they themselves can be also an example to other people. So that's what consumer support does. And because Tread Red will be raising money, and some of the funding will start going to consumer support, we will have funding sources to be able to do more education and also take clients with us to advocacy events. And I can't wait to see who will be joining us when we go to Washington, D.C. Next year, if it is allowed. Depending on how COVID-19 is working, we will be doing some advocacy work in Washington, D.C., which is a great time to meet thousands of people, and also to see some of our representatives, our senators and Congress people, and talk to them about making sure that funding continues to come to Alabama.
Well, I think beyond the funding, though, one of the things about consumer support is recognizing, as so many around this country have, that when you're trying to devise ways to assist people, you're trying to devise strategies for care, they're more effective when you involve the voices of those that are impacted. And I think that's really what it speaks to. It's getting those who, without the need for fancy words or complexity, this is their life. This is what they're living, and to give them the chance to say, I understand you think that's what I need, but this is what I need. And I think that's the critical role that consumer support plays, is that it puts the individual, I'll say extended family, our client base out there, it puts their voices into the reality of what's going on and the care they're receiving, and not just the care and the services through MAO, but the issues in our culture and our society that require their voices to be heard by those in authority, those in policy-making positions, that they can share their thoughts. For some of us, we really try to make sure that even if our voice isn't heard, that the voices of others are. And I really think that's one of the most critical roles that consumer support plays, is just not telling the client or the consumer or our extended family what to say. It's preparing them to have the courage and the opportunity to say what they need to say.
Right.
And but I do know that our live feed will stop and end around 12. So I just want to do a recap really quick. And then maybe if Thomas, Leslie, and some other people have something to say before the time is up, I do want to remind them that October, we are doing test and treat. So we will have a little fun with Halloween. Um, Karen will give you more information. We'll have flyers out for the community to do a drive up. You can stay in your car, get tested. We'll have more information about that, and then you can get some treats. We got some real good surprises and surprise treats for you. Some could be really cash worthy. Some could be candy. You just don't know. It's a surprise, and it's a treat. Also, put in your calendar for World AIDS Day, December the 1st. We want you to just keep that in mind as we go along. And Karen is going to reiterate test and treat. I will let Leslie Thomas continue to talk about and recap some other things. And then I will give my final words, and we will be ending our virtual live stream of Tread Red 2020.
Thank you so much, Doug and Leslie. We're going to be looking forward to you all coming out. If you're in the Montgomery area, that's going to be the week of October the 26th. Don't forget, test and treat. That's TREATZ. And once you get your test, we're going to have bags for you, and we're going to have some great surprises. You never know what you're going to get, but I know we got some good stuff. I can't tell you what it is. You just got to come out. If you know someone, please share that information. We'll have flyers out. We'll have some street signs out. And we're going to be at one of our locations on McGee Road, 3050 McGee Road. So we're going to be looking forward to that. And if anything, Thomas, see me dressed up in one of my Halloween costumes. I won't be able to tell you what that'll be a surprise. And so that'll be a surprise as well. And thank you to everybody. And I look forward to
Thank you, Karen. Thank you, Karen.
One of the things that we did not mention earlier when Doug was touching on awareness days, and that is October 15th is actually the National Latino or Latinx HIV/AIDS Awareness Day in this country. You may hear casual references to HIV awareness days throughout the year, but to really help clarify, HIV has no single face. And I know that Leslie and Karen, like myself and others, we find ourselves repeating it over and over and over again, that there are so many groups that are impacted, and we need everyone to take awareness days seriously, because they are there to raise a focus, to put the lens up so people don't forget that some groups are also hit harder than others. And when we're looking at statistics, and often, sadly, that's what we have, it becomes frightening that no one is immune to HIV. No one is immune to hepatitis C. No one is immune to diabetes and other chronic conditions. But we don't take enough time to stop marginalizing people, to see real people. And October 15th is an opportunity to allow our awareness of those of Latin ancestry, Latino, Latinx. They are part of the populations that are being impacted so deeply by HIV. And they're not the only group, but we have to recognize the group that they are and other groups like them on those awareness days until we can see the fact that HIV has no single face.
Right. Thank you for that, Thomas. And for everybody that's watching that is a part of or affiliated with MAO, if you did not know about the services, we need y'all to stop and ask. That's what the importance of the social workers and the importance of consumer support. So y'all can know about all the services that we provide. So if you're in need of help, or if you're in need of anything, we do have services that will be able to help you. But you have to stop and talk to us and tell us what you need. So within the importance of having services, we want y'all to utilize them. because they're funded by government and everything, and they're there for you. So we have services that are able to help you. We just need y'all to come in and help us and talk to us. And right now we're going to have some real small words from our Dr. Owen. And here we go, Dr. Owen.
I just want to get my last part. Encourage people to test how important it is to test, talk about things, but just to make sure it is recommended that every adult is tested for one time in their life and much more frequently. You need to do it because it's recommended. You need to do it because 1 in 7 of people who are infected with HIV don't know. You need to do it because the new infections of HIV are almost always coming from either infections of people who don't know it who are not in treatment. So if you don't know that you're positive, you cannot get treated. It's the only way. You can't look at somebody and say, I have HIV. You're so worried about the COVID. I'm not putting COVID down. So important. But just like there are people who are passing COVID without symptoms, there are people who are passing HIV without symptoms. And so we encourage everybody to get tested and bring somebody out to get tested. I'm going to give you my one little second. I came to stand by my husband because we've been married 20 years when I started working with it. I both went to get our test. And after 20 years, I was still just a little nervous. I just want you to know I was ready to get him just in case. But take somebody with you. You just don't know. So that's my.
Thank you, Dr. Owens. And as she stated, you have to remember that even though if you are at a certain age and you feel like I don't need to have an HIV test, it's important that you do. It's important that you know what's going on in your body. It's important that you know what's going on in your community. So if you are at a certain age and you're still sexually active, we need you to get tested because even though you feel that you may or may not be immune to it or whatever the case may be, it still happens. We still have patients that are of age. So it's important for everybody to get tested. Any more remarks? Anybody else having closing remarks that they want to do? No? Well, we're still alive, so this still is MAO. So we appreciate everybody. Doug, do you have any closing remarks that you want to do?
Of course.
Doug has
Yes.
excellent closing remarks.
Of course, as my CEO always has me to do, I have to be the one to close because I was the one that coordinated. Once again, we would like to thank everyone for coming out to joining us virtually live stream in Dothan for 2020 Tread Red. Once again, I want to let you know that MAO provides care 18,657 square miles. And we have 3 locations: Atmore, Dothan, and Montgomery, several satellite clinics. Shout out to Rhonda in the Atmore area, and also Selma with our very own advocacy coordinator, Landon Nicholas. Once again, this has been a pleasure. It's been wonderful. We'd like to thank Thomas has setting up the virtual. He's our communication guy. He's our communication guy. We have to give a shout out to him. He makes it all happen. I tell him what I want it to look like, and he tries to just think what's in my brain to do so. But I would like to say my assistant co-host and staff member, Leslie, first time hosting. He did a fantastic job. We'd like to say thank you to him. As well as everyone that traveled down to Dothan to make this happen. We'd like to thank Janet and all of our medical staff, social services, education staff in Dothan for coming out and supporting this. And we will see you next time. And stay tuned to more events as well. As we say thank you, we won't say goodbye. We'll say see you later. Have a good evening.
And we're going to ask them one more time. What do you tread red for?
We tread for you.
Woo!
Thank you.
Get prepared. PrEP is a daily pill that you take to prevent HIV.
MAO offers the latest PrEP treatments to help those not infected with HIV stay that way.
PrEP, condom giveaways, and wellness programs help South Alabama residents live their best life.
Let MAO help you get prepared.
PRE es una píldora diaria que previene la infección del VIH. MAO te ofrece lo último en el tratamiento de la PRE para ayudar a mantenerte libre de la infección del VIH. Aprovechala.
So I trade red for African American women who make up 60% of new HIV diagnoses each year.
I trade red for our healthy babies because they are dependent on us.
I'm going to tread red to encourage, to empower, and to embrace because we are all one. Together, we can be a force.
Here in the race to end the HIV epidemic in Alabama. It will take all of us. Join the team. Join Tread Red.
It's time to turn the page and carry on. Leap of faith, falling out of fear, and now it seems so clear. I'm feeling so strong. And I feel
Get tested. Half of new HIV diagnoses are in the South, but we only represent 38% of the nation's population.
It's not just a city thing. 23% of the diagnoses are right here in suburban and rural areas.
Don't think you're at risk. The truth is, everyone should be tested for HIV and Hep C.
MAO offers free, fast, confidential testing. You can get tested at our Dothan, Montgomery, or Atmore offices.
You can even find us testing in the community. Get tested with MAO.
Hazte la prueba. MAO ofrece pruebas de VIH y Hep C gratuitas, rápidas y confidenciales en nuestras oficinas de Montgomery, Dothan, Atmore. Hazte la prueba hoy mismo.